Like, subscribe and press the bell icon for more videos from PHN Learn. For more videos, download our app from the Play Store. Welcome to PHN Technology Private Limited. In today's session, we are going to learn about Realloc. In previous lecture, we have seen what do you understand by malloc and calloc. These malloc and calloc were used to store the memory into my heap. That is, these parameters or these functions are used for dynamic allocation, right? Now, similarly, Realloc is also used in dynamic allocation. While you are working with dynamic allocation, there this concept of Realloc is going to come. Okay. Now, before starting with Realloc, what Realloc does? First, let's see that. Okay. So now, Realloc is used to resize my heap memory. Whatever memory is stored using the malloc as well as the calloc, that memory, if I want to resize that memory, then that is done through my Realloc function. And again one point, while declaring malloc and calloc, I told you that we have to have a header file of htdlib.h. So similarly, if you want to work with Realloc also, you have to have the header file of htdlib.h, the same header file. Then and then only your Realloc function will come into picture and it will work properly. Okay. So Realloc function does what? It is used to resize the heap memory, which is already defined by my malloc or by my calloc. Okay. Now, let us consider an example like this. Okay. So, now we have an example like this. So, here what is happening? First of all, that there is a PTR. Okay. So, that I know that pointer stores where pointer gets stores in my static memory, right? So, now a pointer is getting there in my static memory. A pointer PTR variable is getting stored like this. Okay. Now, after that, I have used malloc function. Through that malloc function, I am storing particular values in my heap memory. Why heap? Because I am using a dynamic allocation. How you are getting that I am using dynamic allocation? Because I have used the function malloc. The moment I am using a function like malloc, calloc or Realloc, these three functions are something related with your dynamic allocation. Therefore, I can conclude it that therefore we are using that header file, right? htdlib.h. Okay. Now, using that malloc, I am covering some space. I am storing the memory in my heap memory like this. Okay. And malloc stores what? Garbage value. Okay. Now that PTR, the address, this is storing where? In the PTR. Means what? The base address of that, the base address of that block which is getting stored through the malloc function, that base address would get stored in my PTR. Now that I have the address of that block in my PTR, so through this PTR I can access that heap memory, right? We have seen this concept in my malloc and calloc that video, right? So similarly, here also the same thing is going to happen. Now that I have stored the base address in my PTR, now here I have used Realloc. But firstly, we have used 2 into new size. The parameters in Realloc we use as PTR into new size. First parameter is my PTR, means what into the integer number, and then it will be a new size over there. Okay, so these are the 2 parameters we use while calling a Realloc function. We have to pass these 2 parameters over there. So now the new size over there I have specified. So therefore, here what is happening, through malloc I am storing 5 blocks of memory, but now I have given 2. So this is it is reducing the memory. right? So the moment that my PTR will read that point, means realloc 2 into it, the moment it is reading that statement, it is deleting the memory block from that heap memory, which was stored through my malloc, right? And now if we come to the third statement, then here comes 6 into, okay, now here I have 6, so now the heap memory will get changed, will get increased. Likewise means where the whatever I have given the value in the Realloc function, I have increased the memory. Similarly, it will read that value, and likewise it will increase the memory. So what basically from the second and third statement I can see that this Realloc function is doing nothing but resizing the heap memory. It is helping me to resize the already allocated memory. Malloc was used to allocate the memory, whereas realloc is used to rearrange the memory, resize the memory as per the user choice. Okay, so whenever you want to, let's say I have allocated a memory, but now I don't want that so many space. Let's say I have 6, I have given the size as 6. Now in 6 blocks my memory is getting stored, but I only require 2 blocks. Then why would I waste the remaining 4 blocks? That will be a wastage of memory, which I don't want as a good programmer, as an efficient programmer. Therefore, I will use a realloc over there, and I will reduce the size to 2. And those 2 blocks only I need. Yes. So this is how you can work with your realloc function. This is how your realloc function works. Okay. Now this realloc function has 3 parameters in that. Means it has 3 types in that. Now let us consider the new size which my user has now defined to me. That new size is less than my actual size. Means in that case, just now we have seen the example as malloc was giving me 5 blocks, right? But realloc was deleting it, right? Means there what was happening, the new size which I have specified over there was less than the actual size, and hence there the memory was decreasing, right? So whenever my new size is less than my actual size, the memory will get deleted, it will decrease, right? Now the second parameter is, the second type is, if at all your new size is greater than your actual size, then what? It will increase the memory size, because in the third statement, in my previous example, in the third statement, that's what it was happening. It was the new size was greater than the actual size, because the actual size was 5. So 6 was greater than my actual size, right? That was my new size and it was greater. So there what was happening, it was increasing the memory block. So now here also there are 2 types. If at all your realloc, whenever you are increasing the memory block, if at all there is space available, space, you can expand the space, then only you can increase the blocks over there itself, like this. Okay, and let us consider I don't have a space over here. Now I want to increase my memory, but I don't have a space. Then what will realloc do? In this case, realloc allots the new memory. Realloc allots new memory wherever it will find available space. See, in this example, we are having 2 values in the bottom, whereas in the above section we are having available space over there. Now my realloc function is telling me that new size is greater than the actual size. So here from the bottom 2 blocks only I have to expand. If at all I want to increase the size, then from the bottom 2 blocks I have to increase the size, right? But here I can't do it because there is no space. Then how will I proceed, right? So in this case, what will I do? I will check if at all I am having the space in the other side. If at all I am having the space in the above or something, I will check like that, okay? So now I have checked and I have seen that in the above I do have a available space. Then what Realloc does here, it will copy those two values and it will store those two values in that available space, and it will delete the two values which was already there. Now you can see that I have shifted the two blocks above, so now I can definitely increase the space, increase the size over there, right? So this is how this process is done when your Realloc for your new function, new size is greater than your actual size and you are unable to expand the memory. At that time, Realloc does this. It will directly find the new available space, it will copy the memory over there and it will delete the memory, previous memory, and then it will expand likewise. So this is how complete your Realloc works. These are the three types how your Realloc conditions happens and how you can work with your Realloc if such scenario happens. Okay, so this was about your Realloc. Now, before ending this video, let me tell you a limitation of your Realloc. Your Realloc every time works with the malloc and calloc. If at all the memory which I want to resize is not allocated through your malloc or through your calloc, then Realloc doesn't give me a proper answer. If at all your memory is not allocated using malloc or calloc, then Realloc doesn't give me a proper answer, and this is the limitation of your Realloc. Realloc should work along with your malloc or your calloc. That's the mandatory. And if not, then it won't give me a proper answer. As simple as that. Okay. So this is how you can work with your Realloc, malloc, calloc in your dynamic allocation, and this is how you can work with your heap memory. Okay, so this was all about your Realloc, and hope you have understood the concept. So for now, thank you and goodbye. For more videos, download our app from the Play Store.